Welcome to Life Goes On. We're here for another episode, but today we're getting back to the basics of why we are Life Goes On. I'm Nicci.
And I'm Carissa. And people see the woman that I am today. They see the style, the confidence, the businesses, the ideas, the mother, the creator. What they don't always see is the chapters that built me, the disappointments, the silence, the relationships that shaped how I love, the moments I had to become strong before I was ready, the dreams that carried while I was carrying everyone else. Today isn't about success. It isn't about titles. It's about the woman behind all of it. Who I was, what I survived, what I lost, what I learned, and how every trial, every win, and every heartbreak, and every rebuilding led me here. This is my story.
Let's talk about it. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Back again. Listen, and we're gonna get into it, right? And I think this is a really good episode. Let's just talk about it. So, before anything, and I know I've asked you this before, but we're ever changing, we're ever evolving. Who was Carissa before life?
So I'm taking it that you're asking me way back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That little Carissa.
Right.
Okay.
Who was she?
She was just a little girl, full of love, full of light, full of dreams, full of just sight of this vast world that I was just preparing and being ready to live in, until, things changed.
Yeah. Like what?
Life.
Okay.
Growing up, you go through things, you face situations, you go through trials, you go through trials and tribulations. You learn that love doesn't mean what you think it means. You learn that certain things aren't what they appear to be. You learn that people can say one thing and then do another. You learn the truth about truth, honesty, vulnerability, lies, You learn a lot of good things, too, along the way. But usually, or at least for me, at one point or some point, those good things kind of
shifted,
disappeared, so to say, meaning I was so clouded by all the other shit, that...
So is there something that you feel like you needed that you didn't receive?
When I was a kid? Yeah, protection. Yeah, I didn't... At one point in my life, I felt so protected. I felt so loved, and I felt secure. But then, very early on, I'll say, when I got to be about, I'm going to say the 4th grade, about 9, 10 years old, when I got my cycle. That's when our bodies start to change.
Yeah.
So, when that stage came, things definitely started to change in my life, and that veil of protection that I felt like I had, it went away. And yeah, things started looking different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very different.
You want to talk about that?
I mean, in a sense, like, your family, put it this way, I learned in those days that, well, I didn't know it then, I know it now, that you don't have to do anything but exist. And obviously we don't ask to be here, but people can still make you feel less than, even when they probably don't even realize they're doing it. I dealt with a lot of things, and I learned that a lot of people disliked my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and they disliked me because of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that a lot of people dislike my dad.
Mm-hmm.
They disliked me because of my dad.
Mm-hmm.
They disliked me for just existing. They disliked me or had an issue with me or gave me problems for having the shape I had, you know, for the clothes that I was bought, because I didn't shop for myself, that I wore. You know, it's simple shit. And over time, you get to a place and a point where you're just like, okay, maybe let me get in this corner a little bit. I don't want to be seen.
Was this coming from family or outsiders?
Both. The one that hurt, what actually hurt the most or shifted me was the family. You know, my family, when I got it from my family. Because I didn't understand it. I didn't know why. And it wasn't always that way. It changed. You know, like we change, we grow up, we get a little more vocal, we get, you know, so I thought it was me for a long time. I thought it was me. I thought because I was very opinionated, because I questioned things early in life. I never just went with the flow. I questioned rules. I always wanted to know why.
Okay.
Why? You know, and then eventually it became, you know, it's your mouth. It's just your mouth. I don't have no problems with you. Just gotta learn how to shut your mouth.
I've heard you say that before.
And, you know, it got me to a point where I got afraid to express myself in certain ways, and then it would build up, and then now I'm just gonna lash out. You know, it became one of those things for a long time. So early on, life shifted me. I was this vulnerable, happy girl.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
I was gonna be a lawyer.
Me too.
Which was fitting though, and I think it's fitting for, as fire signs, we got a mouth on us. And, you know, I just think if you have a mouth, you have a knack for debate. That's what I wanted to do, and I was gonna be good at it. And I, you know, and then life happened in school, in high school, and after, and I decided I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to be that. You know.
So when did you realize that love and acceptance weren't the same?
Ooh, when did I realize love and acceptance weren't the same? When I was about, I want to say 11, 12 years old. When my dad got married.
Things changed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned that I learned a lot, actually. But I learned that, you know, people will accept you because they have to. And then love can come later.
Okay.
But I also understand that they don't have to come together or ever exist together. Like, you can be accepted, because if I don't accept you, I don't get what I want to get. Whether it be the man, the woman, the lifestyle, the this, the that, it doesn't matter. You don't get it. I have to accept you enough to get it. And people accept people all the time and tolerate, deal with.
And that's, I'm going to stay right there for a moment, because, and I'm just assuming, right? So we can have that conversation if you'd like to.
That's fine.
Because that's something that I think we've both touched on, and it's the co-parenting aspect. So I'm assuming that when you say when things changed a little bit when your dad got married, it was the acceptance of his spouse.
Yeah, the acceptance of, but it came from both of us. I had to accept her, she had to accept me.
And you weren't open to it?
No, we both weren't. No, absolutely not.
Okay.
And it
So
wasn't
it made
that
it difficult.
it wasn't even that I wasn't. Let me go back for a second. It wasn't even that I wasn't just not open to my dad having a wife. My dad had women. I met plenty of his women. I knew one day he was gonna have a wife. It wasn't even that. It was just, you know, I'm a firm believer. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And there are things that they chose to do that I don't agree with in the way that they chose to do things. And for me, it screamed, this is our life. It's about us, regardless of what you have before me. But I'll accept that.
Gotcha.
Under certain conditions. And I was the same way. Once I feel that, so let me say this. Very early on, as very young, I didn't understand it like I do today, but I've always picked up on shit, read energies, seen through people, always. And there was a lot of things that went on that I seen and picked up on, and my family was very open in talking about, you know, family, black families, how they be, especially mamas and grandmas and aunties and uncles when they mad. You know, everybody got something to say.
Correct.
And our listening ears don't miss a beat.
Right.
So, you know, based on what I came up with what I seen, on top of what was being said and just all kind of things, you get to a point and you realize, like, yeah, this ain't right, or this don't seem right, and it makes you, what can you do but accept it?
Especially as a child.
As a child, or even as an adult. If you want a relationship with your dad, or if you want a relationship with your mom, if she has a husband, and it might be certain conditions or situations, or, you know, when it's parents involved, it's different.
That's
but acceptance can come through a lot of ways. But yeah, that I learned that around that time, 11, 12.
About 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you feel as though, or do you feel as though there was something that your dad didn't give you that helped shape you into the woman that you are today, or that you needed from him that you didn't get? Because it's not about the money, it's not about any of that, but that father-daughter relationship.
Unconditional love. My dad taught me that, and not just my dad, well, yeah, he was the first person that taught me that love has conditions. I've only known one person in my life that love doesn't require conditions. It's not conditional. And then I got to another stage in life where I understand, oh yeah, that shit is real. It's true. I get it now, because I got my own. My mom. She's the only person in my life where the love is just, it's there regardless. Like, I don't have to do nothing. I just exist. Right? But my dad did teach me that when it comes to men especially, love got conditions, baby. A lot of them. And usually it's the shut up and comply, do what I say, not as I do, or just do what I say because I say it, or that's it. And, you know, that's very conditional. And it was a hard pill to swallow for me, because I know my dad loves me, right? My dad will show up for me without a doubt. Like, if I call him and I need him, he gonna be there. My kids call and need him, he gonna be there. He gonna move mountains to do what he gotta do, right? When it comes to certain situations.
Yes.
But my daddy loved me. But, you know, my dad is a Scorpio, and he holds on to, things, you know? And I have been a very rebellious child. over the course of my life. And through my rebellion, I understood that love is conditional.
So the rebellion, you think that put a strain on you guys'
Yeah, because
relationship?
everybody's good with you when you're doing what they want you to do. It's easy to love somebody that's giving you everything you want and doing everything you want them to do. They ain't giving you no problems. They ain't giving you hell. They ain't making you lose sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
That love easy as hell. You can get it all. What you want? You want this? You want that? Yeah, you can get it again.
You can get it again.
Shit.
But even with that, like, because as parents, right, and we've talked about some stuff amongst our children, I feel like we still love them unconditionally.
Well, we're mothers, and that's what it goes back to what I just said a moment ago. The one person in my life that's loved me unconditional is my mom. Nobody else. Not one person in this world has loved me. Well, her mom. Her mom. Yeah. At least to where I didn't feel it was conditional.
Right.
And then next in line would be my dad's mom.
Yeah.
But out of the three of those women, no. It's never been an unconditional thing. And, you know, it's partly why I am the way I am too today when it comes to men.
I was just about to ask you that. Like, when you process that and you say that, how does that make you feel?
I'm fine.
Really?
I am today.
Okay.
I wasn't for a long time because I didn't understand. Like, I used to think it was me, like something was wrong with me, like I wasn't enough, or I was less than, or not deserving, or whatever these things were. I just always questioned myself.
Right.
And then, it got to a point where now when it came to anything that I did or my existence, I looked to other people to validate me.
For that validation, yep.
And I never got it. I never got it. Even when I did good. I could do good. Good.
Yeah.
And bitch, I do one bad thing, and that's the shit that I hear about. I ain't heard about nothing, not even one thing. I be like, well, goddamn.
You don't forget about everything else? That trumped everything.
So you get to a point, you just be like, all right, well, now I gotta look for something else to validate me. Who is that? What is that? Me and God. And through that, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Before we move forward, if there was one thing that you wanted your dad to understand, right? Because I feel like as women, we all have that underlining need for our father, right? I don't care where we are in this world, like, we need our father. And there are certain things that only a father can give his daughter, right? If there was one thing that you could tell your dad, regardless of what it was, regardless of how he accepted it, or what his response would be, what would that be?
That he could understand about me? That I'm ever changing, ever evolving.
Do you feel he doesn't accept that?
No. Not saying that he doesn't fully. I just feel like part of him doesn't believe it. I don't know if it's because I'm on my time and not his. I'm growing at my speed and not anybody else's. I don't know if in his mind I've done so much bad, or I've made him look bad as a Sheffield. I'm a 2-time convicted felon. I had 3 kids by the time I was 21, 3 different baby daddies. I didn't give a fuck. Because don't nobody know my story behind that. So for him, though, he cares so much about his image, right? So I feel like with my dad, because he holds me to past experiences with me, he doesn't understand, and he's missing out on the fullness of me, because you got me in a box, and you can't box Carissa Sheffield.
Is it that so? Because kindred, right? However, in that, do you feel as though it's not that he doesn't accept it, but he has a higher standard for who he sees that you really truly are?
He definitely has a high standard, and I appreciate that. But people have to understand, with your standard is great. We all have high standards for our kids and things, right? However, you have to allow people to be who they are and allow them to thrive in that. You can't, because you're this way, you can't expect your 8 kids to be that way. That's unrealistic. I only got 3 kids, and I don't expect each one of them to be just like me. They're not. Do they have traits or ways that I do? Yes. And the standard is not the problem either. It's the judgment behind the standard. People have to understand that just because at 25 you were at a certain place in your life doesn't mean at 35 I have to be at that place or further than you were at 25. That's your journey. It's not mine. Right? And so for me, if my dad would understand more of, I'm a constantly changing, growing woman. I'm not anywhere close to who I was. I'm not going back to where I've been. Maybe we get a lot further than we have. I'm not saying we're in a bad place, because we're not.
Right.
I speak to my dad. But could it be better? Fuck yeah. But I'm just at a place now where...
Have you forgiven him?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I'm at a place now where it is what it is. Because I understand, as a mother of 3 now legal adult children, and I'm a grandmother now, I understand that my dad did the best he could with what he had. He didn't have no parent handbook. He still don't.
Right.
And his kids' ages range from 41 years old, 40 years old to 18. It's a big ass range.
Yeah.
It's a big ass range.
A lot of different personalities, a lot of different experiences.
And not only that, I got my dad when he was 17. I got my dad when he didn't have life experience. When he was growing up and getting life experience.
Right.
Same with my mom.
Yeah.
So I used to be like, what? But now,
and that's the thing, because I've experienced that with my, I'm gonna say 2 sets of kids, right? So with my older kids, they're like, you were different, you were this, you were that, and it's not the same. Or Brooklyn, in certain aspects, doesn't get the same parent they feel as though they've gotten, but it's because of those life experiences. So in gracing our parents, in gracing our father, do you give him that same grace to understand that who he was at 17, he may not have been at 41. So his understanding may be different.
And I do. And my dad comes from a different world than we come from. Well, than I come from. Well, he comes from the same world, but even more intense than mine. Back in our day, we big on respect.
Yeah.
Your elder, your this, your parents. You shut the fuck up when they talk. It don't matter if they wrong. They could be dead as wrong. I mean, dead we know how wrong they could be. And it don't
Just
matter. You better not even look like it.
Right.
And my dad stands on that. However, I don't. Because I know how that made me feel growing up on both sides, my mom and my dad.
Okay.
I don't like that. And I don't do my kids like that. I've always been more open with my kids. I've always, I've struggled with it, and I ain't gonna say I've always, but I've allowed my kids more of a voice than I had growing up, because I don't want them to feel like, oh, I just gotta shut the fuck up and comply. This shit don't even make sense. I don't even understand what the fuck going on, because that was me. What the fuck are we here? Why are we doing this shit? Do anybody in here got common sense? Like, and so, I don't know, but
So with that, because life, you know, you had to grow up, you had to mature, you had your kids, motherhood, because I know at this point, because we can always sit and look at the past,
Yeah.
right? We can focus on the past, but I'm not one that, like, I like to touch on the past because I feel as though it helps to make us who we are.
Yeah.
But in evolving and understanding where we are, like you said, I'm ever changing, I'm
Right.
growing, right? You can't box me in. So all of your life experiences, they created Carissa. With everything that you've experienced and you know, lived through, learned through, how did it help you become the mother that you are today? Because you said the kids can say what they need to say, honey, because we finna talk about some stuff.
It's today. It's made me, as a mother, very concerned for my kids. Very empathetic, very graceful. Even though I'm talk my shit during the grace sometimes, but I'm even working on that because that's not always conducive to what they may have going on. And I'm very forgiving.
That's big. That's a big one.
Very, very fucking forgiving when it comes to my kids because I didn't have that. Everybody feel like, oh, discipline, discipline, discipline. Be hard, be hard. No, fuck that. So all these motherfuckers like us have depression and anxiety and don't fuck with their family and, you know, don't want to be around their mama or their daddy or whatever, or, you know, have these half-ass relationships. And for me, as long as I'm on this earth, as long as I got it, my kids got it.
That's what I stand by.
You know, and that wasn't always my case in my life, and I feel that my life has taught me that as a mother, that's what it is, and that's my job, that's my responsibility.
What would your children say that you sacrifice that no one else will ever notice?
My heart.
What do you mean by that?
My kids have seen me give, show up, be there for everybody. I mean, everybody. My kids have seen me. This about to make her work. My kids have seen me. They've seen me at the door. They've seen when I've had nothing, I still found a way to give to people. And then they seen when I needed, nobody was there. Nobody was there for me. And I know my kids see strength in me. An undeniable strength that keeps them pushing and enduring and I love those little fuckers.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Those kids, they'll have something good to say. I would hope. I would think, because they definitely done seen some shit. They done seen
When
it.
you, right there, right? Because that's it. And that's something that I can
Trying not to
relate
do
to,
this.
right? Because we do.
you.
And just in my opinion, that giving and giving and giving, it's because there's a void, right, that you're trying to fill.
Yeah, see, with my kids, I am the way that I am with them because I know what it feels like to not have it. To not have a parent be there for you in the way that you need them to be because you fucked up. or you've been vulnerable, or
Mm-hmm.
you made a mistake, or you made the same mistake a couple of goddamn times. Shit, sometimes you don't learn the first time. You gotta,
Yeah.
you know, and you don't get grace as a child and as an adult child.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
What is the one thing that you weren't prepared for? Because I know, like, because these adult children different, and it's a different.
Girl.
How do you parent adults, right? But I'm to the point where I understand that my kids still need their parent, right?
Yeah.
So how do you process that? What does that look like? Even trying to still be available, still be a mother that's available without overstepping that boundary of their independence, or trying to allow them to life and figure out this life by themselves.
For me, because all my kids are still in my home now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my youngest one left for a minute, and I should bet, but I have my boundaries as far as my rules, my regulations, what I want, what I expect at home,
Mm-hmm.
right? I still do things. I still buy food. I obviously pay all the bills. I don't require anything from them at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And for instance, okay, if you ask, my older two more so aren't. It's more so my youngest, right? But they all went through these stages. So if you're asking me, can you do something, and I tell you no, and you listen, great.
Mm-hmm.
You still get the benefits of a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you a little leniency, a little more whatever. But then when you start to do things that you want to do, regardless of what I say, then for me, I'm going to let you know what I agree with, what I don't, what I'm okay with, what I'm not. And then when you hungry, you can feed yourself. Or when you want to get your hair done, you can go pay for your, these little simple shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I going to make them feed themselves all week? Hell no. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe once or twice.
Because you grown.
You're gonna, I'm not gonna be mommy of the year.
Right.
7 days a week, 24/7, when you want to be a kid when it's convenient for you.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's worked thus far. We've had some very extenuating circumstances with some of these children where they had to really, and maybe even now are still living in some shit that they had to grow up and find out about. And you know how they say you fuck around and find out?
Mm-hmm.
And I did. Like I said, my youngest daughter just moved back home.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't stalking her. I wasn't calling her, texting her every day. I told her where I stood. I told her what I felt about the situation. I told her what that situation looked like to me as to, when you leave and go with a person like this is what will happen and what is very likely to happen. And guess what happened? Did what I said. And it was the worst week of her life. But guess what? You made that choice.
Right.
I told you, me or that person. You chose them. I'm not gonna stop you. That's me being that's me adulting or parenting an adult
child.
Because if she was still under 18, we'd have fight tooth and nail. She probably would have had the cops call the cops on me. My mom won't let me leave. But damn sure won't, motherfucker. What we doing? God damn it, you ain't got that right.
Right.
But when you turn 18, shit, you a legal goddamn adult. I ain't finna be fighting with you. I've been the fuck around with the jail because I'm trying to keep. Now I'm
trying to protect you.
Now I'm kidnapping.
Right.
Go
Right.
ahead, baby, do you? So it's been an adjustment, though. I will say that it's been hard. It's been very uncomfortable. I think this has been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I used to think being a mother to 1, 2, and 3-year-olds and 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 18, 19, on their 21. Yeah.
That's the hardest.
Oh, Jesus. I thought shit get easier. No. And now, and then see, but these experiences with my kids are why, the grace of my dad that he gets, that I give him. I give it to him because I was boy, boy, I was a motherfucker. You hear me?
Yeah.
A menace to society. A menace to the Sheffield. To the Sheffield name.
Yeah.
I was. And I know who I am and or I know who I was and where I've come from. And so I give my dad that grace because I understand how I feel as a mother going through the shit with my kids today. But then I'm also a mother.
And it's different.
It's different.
It's definitely different.
It's different. So that's why it goes back to what I said before. It is what it is today. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, do you always want more? Or do people still yearn? Of course. Would we be open to? Of course I would be. But if it never happens, I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah, because I understand what he went through. And not everybody can give the grace that I'm willing to give to these goddamn kids.
Yeah.
Because shit, my grace might only last. You got to remember, too, I'll be 40 years old in December. My daddy been a daddy since 86. He's been a father since 1986. Long, that sound like a long, 2026, 1986. Bitch, you was a 19. Oh. You know, and my kids are 18, 19, and 21.
Right.
And I be like, boy, y'all grace about this, y'all got about this
much more. I'm about done.
You know?
Yeah.
And my dad ain't hit the gravel and put his foot down until I was about 32.
Ooh. Okay, so he gave you a lot of grace. He gave me grace
now. He gave me grace.
I think,
and he still give me grace, child.
But I think, and again, you know, we've had those conversations. I do feel as though, especially because we grew up in like the same little neighborhood or whatever the case may be, right? And you didn't have a lot of Sheffields coming up, right? So I can understand his desire because he's been on both sides of the track, right? I can understand how, like, this is what I come from, so I see it, I know it firsthand. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that there's another side.
Same shit I feel today about my kids. So that's why I say I get it. And that's why with my dad, you know, my siblings, they might feel different, you know. But for me, it's a thing of, you know, he did the best he could with what he had. And I'm able to say that because I'm the only one of his children to have adult children that is a grandmother that is in his shoes.
Yeah.
I support and I take care of a lot of people, just like my dad does. I always have. You know, even when I ain't have it, when I had it, when I didn't have it, it didn't matter. Motherfuckers still like it.
So that's a burden you've carried since you were young.
Since I was a little girl, because my daddy always had money.
So you just had to take on everything.
Everybody always felt like Rissa got it, Rissa gonna do it. And I did. I showed up because that's how I was raised. You take care of your family. If you got and they don't, they got. I believe that, and I believe that until now.
You don't believe that, though?
Fuck no. No, I understand life now. Fuck no. And that's why, again, when it comes to, I keep referring back to my dad because there's a lot of similarities when it comes to his position in life and, you know, the grace that I give over maybe some of my other siblings and the reason why. They ain't got adult children. They just, they shit. Some of them, my kids, they almost closer to my kids' age than mine. You know, and so it's like they don't understand different things about life that I understand. They don't understand that people, us, work so fucking hard to get to a place of, one, stability, good finances, motherfucking peace, a good mental state, all these things. People work fucking hard for those things, right? And then during the process, you're doing what you're doing because you got not only love for yourself, but love for people that are around you, that are a part of you. You want to take care of them. You want to alleviate things, and you do these things, and you do these things, but then motherfuckers feel like they get entitled. Well, hold on, wait a minute. You know? Yeah. The entitlement is where it becomes a thing of almost disrespect, and I didn't understand that before. I was my dad's most entitled fucking child. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man, I ain't scared to say it. And I was gonna get me. I
Yeah.
didn't give a damn. Cause what? What you
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
I'm a Sheffield. And I don't mean just for my dad. I
Right.
mean in life. Bitch, I ain't finna play with y'all. I never did. You know, and I had to realize that, you know. And then the older I got, the older my kids got, the older my family and siblings and other people got, and people I'm steady shelling out and doing. And then I'd be like, damn, I understand my dad. Here's a point where you just be like, fuck everybody. Fuck everybody wants, everybody needs. I don't care. I ain't answering my goddamn phone. I'm not picking up no text. I'm not responding to no text. I don't give a damn what nobody think. I don't give a damn what nobody say because I'm tired. I done paid my debt to society. I done did my dues. I ain't doing it no more. And I don't care how nobody feel. And I know when it comes to my dad, he's there. And I get it because my dad done put up with way more shit than I have. Way more shit from way more people because he take care of way more fucking people than I do. And give way more to other folks. You don't, like, it's a lot. So a man in his position, I can understand to an extent, right? To an extent. Don't get it twisted. Because I do still believe when God positions you, you're meant to position. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you have an obligation.
And I don't just mean certain things that people might think I mean. No.
Right.
I ain't gonna call everything out. But when it comes to being positioned, your job is a lot more heavy than a motherfucker whose job ain't positioned or who ain't in your position.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel like that's another story.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about your relationship with your mom?
Today, she driving me insane. That lady is running me crazy. I love my mom to death. I love my mom to death because my mom loves me unconditionally.
Yeah.
And she always has. My mom, I'll never forget. I was pregnant with my last baby. And my mom was on drugs really, really bad. Like to the point where I could pass her in the street and wouldn't even fucking know it was her. And she wouldn't even know me. Because she was so strung out on drugs. But then when she would remember me, or remember about her kids, or think about me, or think about, ooh, Carissa pregnant, my mom would come and find me. She'd bring me money. I never forget it. One day, I was in West Tampa, living what they call up top. And she ends up popping up to the house. They was like, Rissa, your mama out here. I'm like, what? My mama don't even know I be at. Fuck, she out here. Girl, she had a pressed Cuban sandwich. And it must have been like $3-4 and some change. And she was like, baby girl, they told me you was over here and I just wanted to bring, and you know, and I found out you was pregnant. I just wanted to bring you the food and make sure you feed that baby, and here go a couple dollars. Like, obviously I didn't take the money, and I was trying to give, but she was like, you gonna keep this goddamn food, you gotta feed that baby. I was like, okay. And there's been times where my mom found out that I didn't have and wasn't in the position to get or give to my kids, and get what she went and did.
Got it.
She went and got it, however she had to. It didn't matter. She was gonna make sure we wasn't without. And I mean, this was in my 20s and done been in my 30s. So, you know, my mom, I have to take a break from her sometimes, only because I got ADHD and I get very overwhelmed very easily, very quick, and it can make me be aggressive. I can come off as very aggressive when I'm overwhelmed, snappy, whatever. And my mom is a manic schizophrenic bipolar. And, you know, if I'm overwhelmed already, and then she bringing her stuff and trying to make it my stuff, it'd be too much for me right now because where I'm at in life, am I trying to heal, not trying to heal, but my healing journey. And at times, my mom does have the ability to take me back a little bit. Because again, like you said, it goes back to my dad and his standard for me. You know, when you know better, you see better, or you know it's better on the other side. And especially when you know the potential of that person, it makes it really hard to sit and look at them in the state that they are and be okay with that. And so, yeah, I love that lady to death. That lady called me every day, 15, 20 times a day. I kid you not. Literally, no lie. And follow up by text your else. But be like, goddamn, mom, please. But I'll do anything for her. I love her to death. And I know one day my mom is going to be good.
That's a very interesting combination.
Yeah, I got a millionaire for a father and
a millionaire for a
crackhead
father
for a mama.
and a mom with some
So
struggles.
I'm a hell of a motherfucker.
Yeah.
See, I feel like, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people will attest to this. Because of that dynamic, I think that's why I'm so humble. Because I understand both sides. I done been on private jets. You know, I done did all those things. I done been places, done things that, you know, people see on TV and probably would never do or see in their life. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be able to go in Nike, the little warehouses and shit and all, just whatever, right? And I've also not been able to go in nowhere and get nothing. And been without and had to ask people for shit. You know, me and my kids have stayed in the shelter. You know, we lost everything in my home at one point. You know, my mom with her disorder flooded my fucking house.
Wow.
Daddy had to spend 20 grand to get the shit gutted and redone. You think he wanted to help me right then? He was pissed. And me, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna ask but so many times. You know, cause I get to a point where you're not gonna make me feel less than type shit. So I go find other resources and ways, and I've always done that. You know, and I don't know. Yeah.
What are you searching for now at this place? Because the kids grown, they figuring out life. The little girl in you, she survived. Behind what is the quest now?
Freedom.
What does that look like for you?
Being able to do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. Literally.
Okay.
Like literally, like, and I'm almost there. Like if I want to wake up and I don't want to do nothing, so be it. If I want to wake up and go bless 100 people buying their fucking groceries for the day, so be it. If I want to wake up and go whatever the fuck I want to do, I don't give a damn, so be it. That's literally, that's it. I just want to live life, see the world, and be free. That's it. No confinement, no judgment, no, what's the word? Not titles or whatever, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't want no constriction. I just want to be.
Living life on your terms.
Whatever that looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you achieve everything tomorrow, what emotionally would you need, or what emotionally would make you feel as though you finally arrived?
If I achieved everything tomorrow,
what emotional need would finally feel met, like I've arrived?
Okay. What emotional need feel met? The emotion of elation, because I be there in that ultimate freedom, like happy, just grateful, you know.
So the freedom is going to give you the peace. that you're looking for.
Yeah, even not even necessarily just that, because I have peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be peace on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
For me, when I can do whatever I want, it doesn't matter what it is, like even simple shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I can help or give to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get high off of that
Mm-hmm.
more than giving to myself. More than me going to buy or spend or do anything for me. When I can bless or do that for others and they get that, oh, that shit charged me the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bitch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It lights my fire. So when I'm there ultimately at that place where I can do those things freely,
Right.
the peace that's gonna bring me is gonna be unmatched, because I'm not there today, and the little things that I am able to do, or even when I just don't do nothing, or even when I'm just my existence, right? I'm at peace today, and I know how good it does feel. But when I get to that next level where there's way more resources, there's way more healing on the inside of me, there's way more stability up here than there is now, then I have so much more to give to the world, to give to people. And there's freedom for me in that. You know what I mean? Like, the more I'm able to give, the more I have, the more at peace I am. Because for me, if ever, whatever the need that arises, it doesn't matter good, bad, or indifferent, I'll be able to solve it. I don't know, maybe I feel like I'm a problem solver. Maybe that's not freedom. Maybe I want to be able to be the ultimate problem solver.
The ultimate problem solver.
See, and that's my problem. That's how you know you done been hurt and done felt some shit before. Because
you're trying to solve everybody else's problem.
And I always want to. And that's my goddamn problem. But I feel like that's my purpose. My problem is my purpose. Just need a little bit more resources. And then we'll be there.
So, this ultimate freedom, I'm going to ask the question, just because, people are going to assume. What do you do to gain this freedom? Is it just because your daddy is a millionaire?
No, I'm just authentic. And be authentic. No. What do you mean?
The freedom. Because with all freedom, it's right. So what does that look like for you outside of the assumptions of people?
Wait, say that again?
People are going to assume that this freedom that you speak about.
Oh, it's going to come from my dad. Fuck no. Hell nah. I'm smart as fuck.
So what does that look like for you?
For me, it looks like multiple streams of income, but doing things that I love to do that don't feel like work, like that I do now. Like, I do taxes, that's fun. I'm in fashion, that's fun. We got a podcast, this is fun. You
right.
know, I'm building in, or getting into real estate investments. That's fun for me. It may not be for everybody. And then just being authentic to who I am. Okay. Sharing my journey, sharing my story, and showing people the way. Giving people the tools and the resources that I didn't have.
Right.
And to be honest with you, not doing nothing for the money.
Not chasing the money.
I'm not chasing it. I'm just existing. And I'm living. Those are the two most important things that I can do to live in that and to gain that freedom. All I gotta do, I gotta live and exist. Ain't no dwelling in no past. The past back there, I ain't worried about it. I'm living in the now. I'm not even worried about the future. Don't ask me about 6 months from now. I don't fucking know. I'm today. You know, I got control over today. Now, do I know what I want my 6 months to look like? A little bit, but do I know what, you get what I'm saying? Fuck, I don't know all that shit. I ain't worried about that.
You're living in the moment.
I get there. I'm now.
Yeah.
Because now I can be my most authentic self without all that anxiety and that stress and that worry about, if I'm so worried about my future, guess what? I'm anxious. And I know because I done worried about my future and I've been in that shit before. And I still find myself at times doing that. That's why I say I'm healing, right? When I get there.
Yeah.
That peace. Now you might be following me, right? So, but then for me, it's like, continue to do that and I'll be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be there.
I believe it. Because you you're very, very strong, right? Your energies are very strong. Your purpose, you can feel it, right? Mm-hmm. And you walk confidently and boldly in every room, mm-hmm. right? Knowing that I'm supposed to be here. I own it, right? Because that's what you got to do. You got to mm-hmm. own whatever space that you're in. Yep. So that confidence, it exudes. Yep. And if you continue to put in the work, then it's going to work for itself.
And that's how I look at it. And that's what I understand today. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand that before. Mm-hmm. I used to chase the bag. Mm-hmm. I stayed chasing the bag. And I always got the bag. But that bitch always left, too.
Yep. Because you can get, sometimes if you don't get the bag right, it's going to leave.
Man, listen. And I wasn't doing nothing for purpose. I was doing it for the bag.
Yep.
And I definitely felt that in that. So, you know.
Yep.
How it goes.
So what else is there for Carissa at this point?
To just continue living, learning and growing, continue to give what I have to give, not what others want me to give. And if I don't want to give, I ain't got to show up when I can, to be my most authentic self, and to be free.
And I got 2 more questions. Yeah. If you could tell your younger self anything, if you could go back and have that conversation, what would you tell her?
Just enjoy the ride, baby girl. Because when it's all said and done and over with, it's going to be more than worth it.
I believe that. We got to trust the ride. We got to enjoy it and trust it. Trust the process. Because everybody's story looks different.
Facts.
Everybody's ride is different.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
So just enjoying it and trusting it, you'll get where you're supposed to be.
Yep. That's a fact.
And if your life was a movie, what's the name of this series, honey?
Life of Carissa Antonia Sheffield.
The life of
baby.
Carissa Antonia Sheffield,
baby. You hear me?
Y'all better stay tuned, because this thing is still being written.
Trying to tell you.
It is still being written. I am so honored to sit with you. I am so honored to call you my friend. Aww. This relationship, it came when it was supposed to.
It did.
It's purposed.
It is.
And we are purposed.
We are.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And until next time, like we always tell them, life goes on.